who knew that starting a YouTube channel could actually foster real life connection? I did not know. And there's definitely been some things happening lately that have encouraged me in this regard. If you're new here, my name is Amy Palmer. I am your Gen X big sister. And I want to talk about connection. I want to talk about connection that starts online. And I specifically want to share a little bit about my story about what's happening via this YouTube channel. Friendship is a topic that we have talked about here. Finding new friends at this stage of life, the fact that our types of friendships and our expectation of friendships sort of changes and evolves. And so finding those that you are compatible with is a journey and takes a lot of effort. So I wanted to share my story here. This channel, this YouTube channel that I've been putting focus in right now, your Gen X Big Sister, I launched this in January. I'm part of a challenge with a group of other like-minded women where we are posting every day for 100 days. And I'm about 60 something videos into the journey. And so many good things have come out of it. And I'm not prepared to talk about all of that experience yet, but I will, because I definitely think that there's a lot to be shared and a lot that you can gain from it. But I wanted to specifically talk about connection and how it's led to that. So last week, maybe the week before, I received a message via LinkedIn from a former colleague of mine, Leanna. And just to let you know, Leanna and I worked in the same company more than 30 years ago, like quite a long time ago, early-ish in my career, early-ish in her career. And since we've gone different ways from that company, we haven't really stayed connected other than we're LinkedIn connections. And obviously I see her come across my feed every once in a while. I'm guessing she probably does as well. So anyway, she sent me a message last week saying that my video about pre-retirement came across her feed. Somehow the algorithm, I don't know if the algorithm knows that we're LinkedIn connections, maybe. But anyway, it came across her feed and it really resonated with her on a number of levels, to the point where she shared it with her friend Lisa. And her friend Lisa is a podcaster, and she wanted to make a connection between the two of us because Lisa's at an exciting transitional state in her life, and I was sharing my experiences via that video. And so I communicated with both of them, and Lisa expressed her feelings about it as well. So we set up times to meet, to schedule a one-on-one conversation. I just had my conversation with Lisa a little bit ago. And yeah, I mean, it's just mind-blowing how the common experience that we're feeling, like Lisa, when she was sharing her experience with me, a lot of the words that she was using were very similar to what I had been talking about in terms of it being the perfect storm of a lot of different things kind of converging at this particular time in our life, and talking about how menopause and perimenopause sort of amplified it, like a lot of common experiences. We chatted about how Gen X can learn some things from Gen Z. I was telling her how, I'd made a video about that earlier. But anyway, so I just made a new connection, and maybe we'll meet someday in real life or not. Who knows? She lives in the Philadelphia area. I travel around a lot. I definitely know other people in Philadelphia, so you never know. But we are going to collaborate and be on each other's podcasts and have some conversations about that. So that's pretty cool. And then I'm going to connect with Leanna on Thursday. I'll be really curious to hear how things are going for her, what her life path has been since we last saw each other 30 odd years ago. So all that to say, it was a very unexpected random connection from a former connection that that got sort of sparked again because of these videos, because of the sharing. And it was a really cool feeling. And it got me thinking all the different ways that this has happened for me. The other piece that's happened, there's a couple things. The other one of them that comes to mind is like the two events that I had over the weekend. The two events that I had over the weekend were definitely connected to my YouTube channel. I had the workshop Permission to Pause on Saturday. I had my GenX Women's Coffee Chat on Sunday. And it was so cool. I mean, first of all, to connect with like-minded women going through similar life experiences, but we could share stories, we could share our experiences, and we could share things that have helped us, etc. And then the cool thing that happened with my GenX Women Coffee Chat was, now that we're 3 months into it, this is my third monthly coffee chat, there's some repeat participants. And so having familiar faces and familiar names and familiar stories and being able to sort of, connect that over time is just a really, really cool thing. And these are people that I never would have connected with, never would have heard their story, never would have had that experience had it not been for starting this channel, which was really just a result of, accepting a challenge, wanting to do something that seemed really hard, and wanted to see what I would learn and see what would happen as a result. I just feel that with some of these events that I am pulling together as a result of the community that I'm connecting with here, there's something percolating in my mind on what that can turn into. And I'm going to make a follow-up video about that because I really want your input on what I could possibly do. The other way that this YouTube experience has been fulfilling is the other women who are going through the challenge at the same time as I am. So there's a handful of us, a dozen of us-ish, who are all subscribed to each other's channels. And so I get to watch my colleagues and friends. And like when I went to Thailand in November, the Chiang Mai Mastermind, many of the women who were at that event are posting regular YouTube videos on their channels. And some are doing daily, some are doing multiple a week, it varies. But it's become part of my morning routine as I'm getting ready for my day. Instead of having the TV on, or instead of listening to news, or instead of playing a podcast, I literally put on the YouTube channels of my friends and colleagues. And what's been awesome about that, and you probably know this if you are a frequent YouTube watcher, you really start to feel like you begin to get to know the person who's sharing. Now, I know it's only like one slice, one piece, one version, but it is a piece of someone. And so with some of the women that I've met in Chiang Mai, I'm getting to keep up with some of the stuff that's going on in their daily lives. And so then we're also in a WhatsApp group chat. So, we can check in with each other. It feels like we're building this foundation of friendship and connection and community, and that I'm really getting to know these women on another level. And it's encouraging me to see them again. We definitely want to schedule another in-person meetup. And then even some of my friends who I haven't met in real life who are doing this YouTube channel, it sparked ideas for international meetups with them. So I'm hoping to meet Andy later this year, going to Portugal. That is part of my mind, to have one of my long-term stays to be in Portugal this year. And Andy, one of the women that I'm watching her channel on a regular basis, lives there. And so I would look forward to meeting her in person. So it's just kind of cool, all the different ways that online connection, online sharing, online interaction can lead to live interaction, which could lead to real life in person interaction. And I kind of feel like we're sharing our stories together. We're going through this journey together. I'm learning from them. They're learning from me. We're learning from each other. And it's been so much freaking fun. It's just been a really great time. If you've been thinking about doing something similar, several of you who comment have such amazing stories and such amazing perspectives. And a lot of times you bring a perspective totally different, than my perspective on whatever topic is at hand. And I think that would make a pretty awesome YouTube video and a channel of your own. So if that is something that you're thinking about, let me know that too. I would love to connect with you and follow your channel, subscribe to your channel when you get it going. So don't hesitate to put yourself out there, share your story. It doesn't have to be about anything in particular. It could be just what you're doing on a daily basis. And you never know where it's going to lead. And I am looking forward to continuing to foster the connections I've made so far and to continue to have more. Again, my name is Amy Palmer. I am your Gen X big sister, signing out.